All right, everybody, welcome back to another wonderful evening of Counter-Strike goodness brought to you by RGN. This is a lower bracket match between WinOut.net and Leader 1. And this is on Overpass, so the knife round obviously a huge factor as both these teams wanting to start out on that coveted CT side. I am Bach. With me tonight is Hurricane, a man who's been very busy. I have not casted with you in quite some time, bud.
Yeah, I've been a little busy here and there, but I mean, so is RGN. There's lots of wonderful things going on, so I'm very, very happy with the organization being so successful, not needing me. But I mean, honestly, RGN doing great things. Tournament has been awesome, and there's so many good Counter-Strike teams signed up now, and we got two of them right in front of us.
Yeah, now both these teams did play each other already in this tournament. They played in the upper bracket, and they actually played Overpass. Apparently, Leader 1 very fond of the map. They lost to WinOut 16-14. Interestingly, though, neither of these teams really had a solid CT side. I think the first half was like 11-4 in favor of the Ts, and the second half was 5-10 in favor of the Ts. Very odd score lines. So I'm kind of curious to see if either of these teams have really done anything to change their CT side, or if we're going to see more of the same. It does look to be a
Maybe
pretty
they just
disciplined buy
focus.
here.
Maybe they
I
just
don't know.
focus on offense, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you can put up a really solid T side, I feel like it should be easy to come into the CT side and close it out, but that's not what happened last time.
Yeah, so well, let's get into this pistol round, see how it plays out. L1 going through stairs, taking over middle from the inside out, and they're backing up limiter. They're gonna catch him right here, and wow, great two tap by Natu. They have full A control for the, or not full A control. They have the stairs and bathroom control here, and it's brought out a rotate from the CTs, but they haven't really acted upon it now, so they're kind of second guessing this rotate and actually J-Stone win away. So there's two players still for win out in this A bomb site. L1 setting up the smoke execute, and here it comes.
And Jacobson with the USP in sight. He's been the man that will often play very aggressive and try and catch the other team off guard. This round, though, he is smoked down. He tries to put some damage out. He puts a ton of damage on that man. Truck can't find the kill, gets spotted through the smoke by what the Fender, and that is going to be the bomb site there for Leader 1. Grego comes in and taps the head of Fender, but he goes down to Dixon, and now it's all on Grego, a man who did a lot of work in some of their previous matches, but it's not going to happen here. Leader 1 picking up the pistol round on their T side.
Yeah, well done. I loved how they got the pick, and then they played it patient, and I think that little patience right there really sealed the deal for them. If they would have just went in straight for the site, it would probably been on a 4-on-4 battle with all of the CTs rotated already. But they stayed still, let that rotate go back because they had to honor the fallback. Because I mean, that's the great part about having stairs control as a T. You could just fall back and hit B very quickly. So good job by L1. They're doing everything right so far, and now they're coming out long here. They've spotted AGM, and oh man, there's a head stack on the other side of the map. Looked like it was a triple one, just from my point of view. It was a little wild, but you know, they get control of this site. They have bomb down, but WinOut not in a bad situation here. They're very spread out, but they have all the exits covered.
And Grego has been a monster in the past with the Deagle. He did get the first kill of the round as Fender went down. Goji does have a double kill on the round with that MP7, so they don't want to give him too much more money. But Grego, I mean, I've watched him do some crazy stuff with the Deagle, and we'll see if he's able to do it here. He does not get another kill, so he goes down. Jacobson, last man standing with a P250, sitting outside the tunnels, sort of just baiting out an exit frag at this point. He's going to get one. No, he does not. Pross does find the headshot. So another round for Leader 1, and they only lost one gun, which isn't so bad, and I think it was just a MAC-10. So not the end of the world. They're going to have a lot of money coming in to this next round. And on the other side, WinOut really went with a vanilla buy there. They didn't force up the armor. They didn't go crazy buying nades or trying some kind of crazy stack. They just sort of went with a vanilla play, just with pistols, to see what happens. They did go for the head stack over into water, but it didn't really produce anything. Grego got a shot as they came out of Canal. So, Leader 1 looking pretty good right now. 2 rounds on the pistol side. Obviously, they want to try and get as many as possible before the CTs buy up. Right now, it looks like they're going to be putting some aggression towards the stairs, but AGM is actually going to draw first blood.
Yeah, here we go. WinOut again, a very light buy. I mean, normally you'd think, hey, if they didn't buy that second round, you might get from hostage or something. But no, I think they're just stacking their money. Maybe they're going for double setup or double op setup. I know Bloom loves to op, so expect him to have one in the upcoming round. But L1 just working their progression. Great job by AGM getting that kill. He has an AK, and they're just leaving him at B alone. And since they have the rest, the four remaining CT saving. They're just all grouped up here. L1 taking over long, getting a nice headshot on Jacobson, but there's still more CTs to deal with here.
Touching on the double op, this is a map where double op can sort of pay off because you have that long-range battle on long. You can put a player back towards the bank. Right now, though, it's going to be Leader 1 taking control of the site. Pross and Fender getting 3 quick kills. AGM, last man standing, did find himself an AK, and I imagine he's just going to try and hold on to that one. But touching on the op yet again, when I've watched WinOut play with the current roster, Bluminator and AGM have sometimes picked up the ops. Jacobson will sometimes find himself an op as well. So, I mean, they have a couple players who can pick up the op. Obviously, Bluminator is the standout, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do go for that double op setup, put somebody maybe in window and B, and then back towards long A for the A bomb site. And it's worked out on other maps. It's just interesting to see how it will work out on Overpass, because it's still one of those maps where a lot of teams just feel very clunky. And right now, Leader 1 is showing strong execution, so if they misplay the op placement, it could be a gift to Leader 1 and an easy kill to enter a site.
No doubt about it. Yeah, you want to do something really, you know, just maximize the effort here. So let's take a look at the buy. It's only going to be a one-op setup in Bloom's hands, of course. So let's see where he goes from here. He actually has a pretty good spawn for middle, but yeah, he's going to long, so you kind of touched on that setup there. They're going to double up here, probably have the op all the way in the back. Jacobson looking like he's going to hide behind this tree and do a little 1-2 punch at long, but L1 on the opposite side of the map, trying to take over that short B, and Grego and J-Stone just deny it. Smoke cutting off pros, so they didn't have their stairs support like they probably wanted to. So WinOut doing a great job in this first gun round, starting off strong. And if they can have all 5 survive, you know, since they didn't buy up those eco rounds pretty much at all, they're going to be stacking so much money.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for Leader 1. They really coasted in those early rounds. They had so much map control early, and that definitely benefited them. Bluminator is going to get flashed out over on long here. He's going to fall back as there's a couple of players pushing up. That's also going to prompt his support from the bathroom area. That's Jacobs, and he's going to fall back to truck in sight. Looks like that's also going to initiate a rotate here as AGM is finding his way up the stairs, but he's going to stop in window, so he's there for the quick rotate if need be. And the other 2 players still sitting on the B bomb site, not really sure what's going to happen. One of the cool things about Overpass is because of the way the stairs work, it's very easy for the T's to rotate back and forth, and they can really get a lot of control of the map just by controlling those stairs. It's basically the equivalent of mid on other maps like Cash or Dust 2. They're going to spot the players out in sight. That's Bluminator from the behind the box. He does take down Pross, not to spots one out behind truck. Bluminator connects with the shot. Finally, Fender shuts him down. But at this point, 11 seconds left in the round. He's left retreating, and he's not going to get away. AGM takes him down, so they're going to be able to save that up, put it back on Bluminator. They're still going to be able to buy on the T side, but I'm curious to see. They're probably not going to be able to get an op, as they're going to have to drop a couple AKs. So the question is now, how do they handle the op of Bluminator? Obviously, he's going to be difficult, quite a force to reckon with. Somehow they do afford that op on Fender, and it's actually buying for broke here, so if this does not work out, they're going to be stuck on eco. I kind of would like to see them stick with the AKs. I feel like the op just didn't really do much for them in that round.
Yeah, they definitely need to maximize the AWP a lot better than they did that round, but when your teammates, just 2 of them die very early at short B, you know, it's going to be a very tall order for the op to make a significant impact. So I like what they just did right now. They set the op long. They had a teammate with them that just kind of bait out a shot, and now they're starting to see it. Ooh, they spotted it, and actually Ender gets him down to 1 HP. So he's sort of won that op battle. It was a little, you know, a little strange of a fight, but he still managed to get him to 1, so that's pretty good. They can get a random nade maybe in sight and take him out, but probably not going to end up setting up that way. So he self boosts himself at long, has a good view of it. J-Stone picking up pros, and they're trying to get that trade, but they're just going to be too slow. Goggy just getting there. Natao just getting down the stairs. Dixon with the bomb in bathroom. Jason, oh man, having a great impact in this round so far. 2 kills for him. And man, it seems like L1 just on the opposite side of everything so far since the gun rounds have come in. So they have smokes coming into the site. Bluminator here's a Molotov. Probably got a little scared there. And now they just have the bomb site. Jacobson's still in the site though. Wreaking havoc. Jason on the rotate picks up Dixon. And WinOut solid CT rounds. It's been the WinOut show since the gun rounds happened.
Yeah, that round was a little bit closer than it could have been. WinOut seemed to kind of um, they took a lot of damage early, but they fell back, played very passive, and Leader One never really capitalized on that early shot on Bloom. I kind of felt like they knew they hit the shot, or at least they had an inclination to believe they hit the shot. So at that point, press up a little bit more, and they sort of did, but it just never really came together. And it's a shame, you know, that 1 HP really changed the round because it made Leader 1 play a little bit more passive. This round is going to be AGM who gets 2. He gets the 3rd with the USP. One's going to jump through the smoke and finally take him down, but the support has already come in. So it's just a matter of time before Fender goes down. There is J-Stone Jacobson coming in from the top of the stairs. There's no one there. Dixon's the last man. He's moving up towards water right now. He's got the Tech 9 in hand. Will he be able to find a kill? There's multiple players there, so there's a lot of bodies to put some shots into, and they are all sort of stacked up in the stairs here. So we'll see if he does spot one coming out, but oh. That's just, I can't tell, was that aim punch or just the moving hitbox?
Screwed him more there. That had to be aim punch. So
a little of both.
Yeah, it's a combination of all things, just a whole cocktail of different mechanics there. So now we see WinOut answering right back. They lost that pistol, took their lumps, just conceded basically the next 2 rounds. But since then, it's just been very lights out from them. The setups I'm seeing from them very good. I like this long setup they're already showing with Jacobson behind the tree, and you know, L1 just I haven't seen any strategy from them on these gun rounds to where they've actually, you know, been winning the gunfights or just taking control like they need to. So actually, here's a nice change. They have full stairs control now. Getting out completely unscathed though. They're just not going for that fight. So they're actually going for a little bit more of a tricky play here. J-Stone gets spammed in the back after Gagi took him down to low HP. So AGM kind of in a tough spot. He's playing the angles pretty well here. Can he find one? He does find one, but there's 2 more players looking for him, and they're playing the angles and push up, get that headshot. Well done. So here we go. L1 finally winning some gunfights, getting some map control on top of it. Grego playing very passive, and Jacobson on the flank picks up Ender. So now it's a 3-on-3. Grego in that pit, taking down Guy because he was so low, and oh man, they're just getting picked apart. I think just really unruly play by L1 to blame here for this gun round, but it's not over yet. It's still a 1-on-1. Dixon has the bomb. He's running right into Jacobson. Who's going to win the exchange? And it's Jacobson. So that's 4 in a row for WinOut.
That was unfortunate. It looked like Dixon thought maybe Jacobson was coming from stairs, so he's going to push up into A and kind of go for that fake-out plant, which is actually really hard to detect on a map like Overpass because it's top-down. So you can still hear the bomb, sort of, and you can kind of get this thought that maybe the bomb is planted there, and then, I mean, but the truth is the rotate times are so quick from those 2 bomb sites, so it doesn't really matter. I kind of think he should have just stuck the bomb there. You saw that Jacobson had the molly out, who's prepared to prevent the plant, but I just don't know why you just don't go with the guaranteed site. He had the bomb site, just stick that bomb down. Now it's going to be an eco, and they're just going to be running into the blender here. Bluminator gets the first one with that AWP. AGM is there with the AK, but he's only going to get 1. And actually a bit of team blocking going on over towards the bathrooms. But it is down to 3 players, Pross, Dixon, and Goji. And Goji goes down to Jacobson. So now it's Pross and Dixon. Pross on 7 HP. We'll see if he can find a kill. He did get himself an AK. He's the last man standing as Dixon goes down to the USP of Bluminator. He's got the bomb on his back, a flash in his hand, and an AK-47 to try and find this frag. But there's a man close in water. Grego playing peekaboo, and he does get the kill. So now WinOut. They take 5 in a row, and that's actually as many rounds as they got on their CT side the last time these 2 teams played. So probably a sigh of relief being breathed from them right now. They seem to have found the pieces to complete the CT side puzzle for Overpass.
No doubt about it. It's a great thing when you see a CT-sided team who just has the mindset to save their money, because you know it's just so much easier when you stack it up. You can get Molotovs in your hand. I mean, you just saw it in that last round because they had the money to afford Molotovs with everything else. They just Molotov the bathroom and they funneled everyone on the right side, and they just got mowed down in that meat grinder that you mentioned. So, you know, it's just a beautiful thing to see. WinOut doing everything great on CT side. And let's go back into this round. What's going on so far? Terrorists have taken over bathroom through party. They've just ignored stairs completely. Actually, actually Naoto is still there, but Jacobson on a pretty big flank. Bluminator already picking them off, and that's the type of play you need from your op on this side. Is you need them to just do as much damage as you can and run out unscathed. Unfortunately, just got scathed to the max. He's dead by Goggy, but AGM gets another kill, gets traded by Goggy again. This is a 2-on-2 now with J-Stone taking him out, so they have the site. Oh, Ender gets a nice headshot on J-Stone. So it's Grego coming in from CT spawn, 1-on-2. Ender's still looking at that flank, so a little bit of split up here. Smoke goes down, gives him some cover. He's gonna just play into the bathroom. Grego's waiting for him. Ooh, lights him up pretty good there. That's 40 damage to him, or 50, excuse me. So there's a smoke going down and a flash. Looks like he's gonna just go for it, which pretty interesting strategy considering it's 2 players. Oh man, got pretty close there. So looks like they just needed to reload and group up, and they just blasted him right through that. I would have liked to see him fake plant, wait for them to spam, and then maybe just like surprise them from the side, because there was plenty of time. He got there pretty quick for the bomb plant, but not the case. Leader 1 finally getting a first gun round on the board, and you could just already tell the significant impact on the CTs because they went all in with the nade buys that I had mentioned before. They're on a very low buy here, and very, very crucial round for them. If they lose this, it's definitely going to be a save, and you cannot concede any more rounds if you're WinOut, as this is a very CT7 map.
Yeah, and they've really played a lot of gambles. I don't know if you saw what happened in that last round. They double stacked long, and they'd actually done that prior. They double stacked bathrooms, and they pushed up real aggressive, and there was nothing there. Well, they double stacked long that time, and the T's just had control of bathrooms the whole round, and they couldn't do anything about it. Now they're just getting picked apart here. Bluminator does connect onto Natu, but they lose another player over towards long. That was Jacobson, thanks to the op of Fender. Fender boosted over. He's going to spot out Bluminator, and that is the kill they needed to get entrance onto the A bomb site. But the bomb is actually going B. At least it appears so. Not really sure what they were planning. Their bomb was all the way back in T spawn. So I'm not sure if the bomb had rotated back from B, decided to go A, and why it decided to take the direction that it did. But it is a round 4, leader 1. And like you had mentioned, the expensive nades, I think, from WinOut, and not only that, you know, constantly putting an AWP in play. If the AWP goes down, you have to rebuy a rifle every single time because a player can drop the rifle and pick up the AWP, but that's $3,400 out of the team's pocket. You know, that kind of thing definitely plays a factor here. So we'll see if they're going to be able to rebound. They should be able to buy after this, but it is going to be an eco here, and Dixon just runs over the CTs on the B bomb site. Now 2 gets one as well. There's a man playing from the sandbag, and Dixon has no idea. Finally goes down, and leader 1 is going to have that bomb site. It's all up to Jacobson here. 1 versus 4 to make something happen.
Yeah, impossible situation. Great strategy, I think, from the Terrace. I think going all along in that situation when you know they're going to be saving, all grouped up together. Good, you know, just good strategy when it comes to anti-eco. But yeah, just to kind of play off of the points you were making there with the expensive nades and stuff, I just think the play style didn't fit the equipment. I mean, if you have that type of nades, you can play very turtle in A and just make them work it. I mean, if they have bathroom control, yeah, they can do a smoke execute, but you can throw a Molotov, you know, right on the bomb site at the choke points and really just make them wait there. And I mean, it's a quick rotate for the CTs. So we see them change up a little bit here. Honoring the stairs push, AGM trying to get that kill, actually running out of ammo in that situation and wasn't able to pick up that second one, bringing pros all the way down to 50. So he falls back a little bit to stairs, and L1 just playing a very methodical default here, working that stairs control, trying to see what they can gain, if they can win the gunfight. It's gone an even 1-1 for both teams so far. So it looks like they're just going to see what they can get, see if maybe they don't rotate an extra guy to B and only spot 1A, which is exactly the read, I believe, here. And, ooh, Grego picking up 2 huge kills. That angle is so hard to clear when you're trying to come through that door. So, Goggy coming in short, picks up J-Stone, but Grego's still there. He's the only player left for B. He has bomb control as well. So, oh, excuse me, Ender's actually still alive. So, oh, man, they're going to boost him now. Looking around, and, oh, man, Grego's out of there. So, not too shabby of a play by the Terrace there, but great positioning by Grego. So they didn't see him. They're going to group up, try to go short, and Grego picks up both of them. Monster 4K from him. And you said he was the player to watch for the squad, if I'm not correct, or if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you know, he's got that kind of like X factor where he can kind of blow up out of nowhere and he starts hitting his shots. And I guess it's just one of those players that he needs to build that confidence. And once he does, watch out. With the deagle, with the rifle, it doesn't matter. He's just absolutely deadly. That was another round from WinOut where they got very aggressive, took a big gamble. They pushed 2 players in B all the way into water. And they actually gave the B bomb site to the terrorists. Unfortunately for the terrorists, the bomb was actually indoor. So because of the 2 players' water, it gave Grego easy kills. They just opened the door and got, you know, completely obliterated. And then they were forced to try and retrieve that bomb, and he picked up the 2 remaining kills. So it was great play from Grego. The aggression paid off. If it hadn't, they would have been sitting pretty rough. But at this point, Leader 1's already got 6 rounds. So if you're Leader 1, you're not necessarily giving up, but you're pretty happy. You're confident with what's happened thus far. You've got 6 rounds on your T side, and you're hoping that this time around your CT side is going to be a little bit more concrete than the last time these 2 teams played. Still no clear direction from either of these teams right now. You can see that they're stacked up. Let's see, they've got the 3-man Bluminator and Jacobson both holding down bathrooms right now. So they're kind of giving up long A to the terrorist team. J-Stone and AGM, and actually AGM's going to rotate out. Dixon gets the entry kill there. He does go down to 35 HP, and he's actually going to fall back. That is a bit of a decoy play. Looks like it is going to be a B push here, and they're going to have to contend with Grego, who gets mollied out, but oh, somehow they don't peek it, so he gets one, goes down. J-Stone gets one as well. It's going to make it a 3v3, but these terrorists are heavily lit. Now 2 on 6 HP. Dixon down to 35. It's basically going to be on Fender here to make something happen with his op, and they unfortunately lose the bomb as it gets planted. So now Fender is left to retrieve it. And there's the spam kill onto Dixon. Fender goes for the peak. He goes down, so that's another round for WinOut here. And the money on the T side is not solid enough where I think they can afford a buy. So it's probably going to be an eco round here. And that would be the wise decision. Save up and move their way into a full buy for the final round of half.
Yeah, but actually they did get a good amount of money because they got that money bonus. So yeah, they're gonna buy up in this situation. I think Ender's gonna probably sacrifice an op, yeah, and he's gonna drop an AK. So we're gonna see no ops for the Terror. So let's see if Bloom can make a significant impact on this round now that it's not an op duel, but just he's got to outpick rifles. And looks like L1 going for a very quick B. 4 players coming out long, going through the molly. In fact, Grego behind this pillar. Can he find one? He breaks down the angle, but isn't able to find the kill. J-Stone picking up 2. Great spray. AGM on the flank. Look out. There's another teammate coming in through the door. So WinOut has a very quick, flank coming in onto this bomb site. And wow, Molotov barely just getting there. Nice nade as well, and he just takes it down. Wow, crazy sequence of nades there. So 2-on-2, Bloom clearing out this pit, and Ender gets the best of him, but Jacobson on the other end gets Goggy. It's 1-on-1. Jacobson versus Grego. Vet versus rookie. He does the fake plant ghost, and wow, great play by Jacobson. A little sloppy, to be honest, but he got that fake defuse in, immediately got off of it, and just ran, and Grego just completely committed to peeking him, caught him off guard, and, just backpedaling back into that little pit. And there was just no play. You would have hoped to God that he got some recoil, amazing headshot on him as he was backpedaling there. So we see WinOut winning 3 in a row after just that little stumble in the middle of this half so far. So they've won the half so far. L1 not going back to B. They probably thought that was a little bit of a disaster. They're going to work middle here. Bloom actually getting caught with a flashback, backpedaling. And they catch him, but AGM gets Goggy. So as soon as L1 seems like they get a numbers advantage, it goes right back into WinOut's favor.
Not this time, though, as Dixon and Fender combined for kills on Jacobson and AGM. It's down to J-Stone and Grego, and they are split apart. You can see J-Stone in the site, Grego coming in on the flank. This could be a huge play. J-Stone just needs to hold out a little while longer as Grego is coming up from stairs. J-Stone gets one onto Nautu, who is coming around from long. Both of these players right in front of the bathrooms, they are not wise to the fact that Grego is well on his way. The 7-man Pross is sort of watching their back, but he's not got a proper angle for it. So if Grego peeks him right, he does. He connects on the first one, sprays wildly. Doesn't matter. There's the support from J-Stone, and that's going to be a 9-6 half. WinOut taking the lead. 3 rounds over Leader 1, so a pistol round away, basically, for leader one. Real quick, I just want to mention something, guys. We had a bit of a problem there, a technical difficulty. It looked like our stream went down. We do apologize. If you can still hear me, but you can't see anything, just refresh the page. And if you're seeing nothing, well, there's not much I can do to help you. But while we have this light break here at the half, we want to point you guys over to a couple of our giveaways we have going on. Right now we have a 30 sub giveaway. I'm going to try and pull that up because I don't have it right in front of me because I'm dumb and I never seem to have it. All right, so it is a well-worn Op Asimov at 30 subs. We're currently at 15, so only 15 more, and we're giving away a well-worn Op Asimov that's sub only. We also have a follower giveaway that's a minimal wear Man of War Op. That's at 2,500 followers. Right now I'm looking, it says 1909. So if you guys are watching on CSGO Lounge right now, you're not actually really in our stream. If you want to come join us, you got to head over to azubu.tv/GoRGNTV. Make an account here. You'll find that the chat is very calm and peaceful. We are well moderated, no more energy spammers. So if you kind of want that, you're kind of getting tired of the chat there, head on over here. It's a much more enjoyable environment. And one more thing I want to plug is Zowie here. Now, I've said it a million times. I own the Zowie mouse as part of our cooperation with Zowie. I've gotten my hands on a Zowie EC1A, and it is the nicest mouse I've ever owned. I don't know what you use, Hurricane.
EC1A as well.
It's wonderful. I had a Death Adder before. I had an MX518. I went way back with an MX310 back when I played Quake 3 CPMA. That was like the pinnacle of gaming mouse back in the day. This is the nicest mouse I've ever owned. And not only that, the Kamade bungee thing is seriously intense. I would have never thought this was something I'd buy. Now that I own it, I can't imagine not having it.
Yeah, it just completely eliminates any tug or pull on it. I've been using similar products like that for a long time. So yeah, that's a definite good buy if you're a gamer. And honestly, the Zowie mouse is just one of the more superior mice in this, in this day and age. No drivers needed. None of that bloatware where you need to, want to change colors on your mouse. None of that nonsense. It's straight performance. And yeah, I've been. This is my third EC, version. I started with their original one, loved it. Got the Evo. They added the rubber coating. I loved it. And then I got this one with a better sensor. It feels really well made in my opinion, and just tracks really well. So check them out if you're looking into some new gear. They've been a great sponsor for us, and I'm happy that they're on board.
Absolutely. And one more thing, guys. I had a mouse pad that I won on Civo like forever ago, and that was a Zowie mouse pad, and I loved it. And now I have another one. It's actually completely different. The other one was textured. This one's smooth. They're great mouse pads too. So like everything that Zowie makes for the mouse is basically lights out. So if you're looking for a mouse product, head to ZowieGear.com. They've got everything you could possibly need. And trust me, it beats the competition in every aspect. We are going live here in the second half, though. It's WinOut with the lead right now, 9-6 over Leader 1. But Leader 1 is moving into that CT side, and this is a pivotal pistol round here. If Leader 1 can take this, they could potentially push that score to 9-9. And if WinOut takes it, they could extend their lead by 6 rounds, and then Leader 1 really has their backs against the wall. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams battle each other as the second half is going live.
So let's take a look at the positions here. Very spread out, the CTs. If you look at that mini-map, there is no one close to each other, it seems like, except the 2 players in bathroom. The terrorists have taken over the stairs, come up, and they've cleaned the bathrooms. Pretty much, I think it's almost identical to what Leader 1 actually did, but they circle right back. They push those CTs back into spawn, and they've come short. Surprising Gagi, and now they've gotten that kill. Top Flash gets frozen. Oh my gosh, AGM is whiffing, but finally gets a headshot onto him, gathers his energy, and Ender at the top, waiting out for the smoke. Dixon on the rotate from Graffiti. And where is now? All right, he's coming in through door. So Ender picks up a kill on Grego, but man, WinOut has such good after plant position. Too many angles to clear out for this L1 team, and they win the pistol. So this is a nightmare scenario for L1. Starting off the CT with not, losing the half 9-6, not that bad. But when you're on CT, you want to win that pistol so you can just gather up that money. You can get the SMGs second round, get the little bonus cash, stack it up, get some ops, get some M4s, throw a party. It's awesome if it's that way, but the party has been crashed. WinOut won that pistol. So we actually see L1 here, looks like they're throwing a pop flash over middle, trying to catch anyone close to that fountain, and they actually do. They find Jacobson. Bluminator's backing off now. WinOut has the read, and they're rerouted through the door. B is wide open for them, but there's 5 CTs still alive.
They do lose Dixon as he tries to come through the door. This is a great read from WinOut. It's basically a free bomb site. And that's the thing with those kind of gamble situations. They were hoping that there would be more there, but there just wasn't. It looks like Goji's the last man standing. Grego connects with the Galil headshot. So Leader 1, they put out a big gamble there, hoping that they would catch WinOut with their pants down, basically rushing towards Fountain, possibly with nades out. And they did get 1 kill, but it just wasn't enough to set up anything. And they once the kill came in, it was very clear what was happening. WinOut just storms the B bomb site, gets the bomb down. There's no kits on the side of Leader 1. They had to rush everything. Personally, I kind of thought that an armor pistol there made sense for Leader 1. Based on the scenario that they're looking at, they're down 10-6. If they can take it, they can disrupt the money. They're facing SMGs and a Galil. It wasn't like the most sophisticated buy from WinOut. It would have been a winnable situation. Instead, they're left in another eco here, and it looks like WinOut is just going to take the site. They only get 1 kill. Compliments of Dixon's P250 onto Jacobson. Now it's on Natu to try and make something more of this. He does have a USP and upper, and there's a heavily lit terrorist and AGM in the back of Canal. If he can just find the angle for the shot, he spots one behind the sandbag, starts putting some shots out. He's not going to connect, and that's now WinOut going up 12-6, doubling up that lead. So now, Leader 1, I mean, you're in a situation where you can't lose anymore. You have to win this gun round, or it could be a game over, as WinOut can just pile them up, and you're going to be stuck in ecos.
Yeah, they need to win this. They need to win this cleanly as well. Not a lot of kills for the terrorists if possible. So let's see. They're not doing anything crazy here. Looks like Ender and Natu are just gonna push up middle together. Not all the way through. They're taking tight angles, so they're gonna try to kind of poke and fall back. At least they set up Ender for that. Natu having a flash ready for him to fall back, and looks like they're just gonna concede it and maybe shift their focus a little bit to long here. No, actually they're gonna do maybe a head stack? I don't think I've ever seen this one. No, they're just jumping up and down. I'm sorry. So L1 have control of short B. They're playing very passive long. WinOut has the stairs control, so they need to leverage this map control into some good play here. Pop flash coming through. Just a slow, methodical clear of bathroom. They have 1 lurk towards B, and looks like he's not going to make any noise. He's just making sure that there's no like insane flanks coming in behind them. So they're going to set up. Probably going to be a smoke execute, and because they have that full map control, like you talked about before, they can just, fall back if they want to. That's the beauty of having the control on this map.
You see Natu gets the read as the flashes and smokes rain over. He's actually going to smoke these players off long. He peeks and spots some out in bathrooms. He's going to drop a nade right in front of the gardens, but it's not going to make a difference. It doesn't seem to connect with anybody, so the bomb is going to make its way into sight. Illuminator says, hell with the op, I've got a P250 that's just as deadly, and he takes down Natu. Frost responds with the kill on Grego, but there is Bluminator's AWP, the big green gun coming in clutch. He's going to get another kill. Jacobson taken off the head of Goji. Dixon does respond. It's going to make it a 2 versus 3, and he is in the sight. But there are 3 terrorists to contend with. Bluminator holding that deadly op. AGM over in bathrooms with the AK. He peeks, takes down one, tries to get the spray under control, can't quite do it, but J-Stone is there, as is Bluminator, so that is the round for WinOut, and this is worst case scenario now if you're Leader 1. It looked so good on their T side. Looked like they were going to make it happen. But now they're in an eco. They're down 7 rounds. They're going to be potentially giving WinOut that 14th round. And then it's kind of just a matter of time. You can see the money on the T side is really good. AGM, he's sitting at 2350, and he's the lowest end of the totem pole. So if you're Leader 1, I mean, you're kind of counting things already. You kind of realize, like, okay, is the writing on the wall? It's not looking so hot for us.
Yeah, it's not looking good, and I just think that last round it really boiled down to them just not playing the chess of Counter-Strike, and making the right moves there. I mean, they conceded map control and then they didn't take any back. I would have liked to see them maybe push out of B there and take away that flank, but just not enough action on that side, not enough assertion. But here comes the assertion. L1 coming up huge in this eco. Looks like someone lagged out. AGM calling in for a pause. It's 3-on-2. Jacobson is up top, so this is a very interesting bomb plant situation. You normally don't see this on Overpass. So here we go, 1-on-1. Jacobson picking up 3 kills, and he's the one that really needed to come up big in that situation. Looks like he kind of conceded the site to get more like better position at upper, and left his teammates out to dry there for a little bit. It was getting kind of sticky, but he made all the right plays and really came through. It looked like L1 was going to have a great eco and possibly win it.
That was interesting bomb plant positioning and a hold. It was actually an ace from Jacobson, so huge play from him. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they can afford to give Leader One a few rounds. You know, what are you going to do about it? So, it looks like we're going into a pause here as they did lose. I think it was Grego disconnected. Am I not mistaken? I think he was lagging at the beginning of the round. I don't know if he ever actually disconnected, but they did call for a pause. So we're gonna take you know, this ever so slight break. Just kind of break down what's been happening. It seems like when Leader One has gambled in these eco rounds or in their aggressive play, it just didn't pay off. So in some rounds when WinOut kind of got lucky and just happened to guess right, it worked out wonderfully. And then other rounds it didn't. It seemed like WinOut got lucky more often than they didn't. It seems like every round that Leader One has tried to take a gamble, stacked something, pushed something, they walked into nothing. So, I mean, they made some risky decisions trying to catch WinOut off guard, and it's backfired, unfortunately. And you can see there's some misplaced nades here on the CT side, so maybe the CT side of Leader One just not quite as concrete as their T side was, and that could be the contributing factor right now as WinOut seems poised to take this right now. 14-6, only need 2 more rounds to close this out.
Yeah, and I think you pretty much nailed that analysis of them right on the head at the beginning of the match. This L1 team has trouble on the CT side. Funny enough, pretty interesting exchange there. Both oppers missing both of their shots and then pulling out the pistols. Both oppers get pistol kills, but Illuminator gets the kill on the opper at the end of that, so they make that noise. The CTs actually rotate out of the site and then WinOut swoops right in and picks it up. Illuminator having such a big impact in this round. 3 kills so far. Grego in the pit picks up Dixon, and Goggy just left in a very miserable situation here. He's smoked off. Nades coming at him. Illuminator looking for his 4th kill of the round so far. He throws a nade down. Reloads though, only 4 bullets. What can he do? Baits out the shot from Bloom. Needs to kill Greg. He picks it up, so now it's Bloom and a one-on-one, but there's not a lot of time on the clock here. It's going to be pretty rough. He's going for a flash play. Double. Ooh, does he have enough time? Gets that kill on the Bloom, and oh, unfortunate. Not enough time. WinOut gets the tie point, and they have, what is that, 9 match points to deal with if you're Leader One. Plenty of money though. You got full money bonus, so you know they're gonna be able to buy up pretty well at least. No money breaking situation as WinOut has not dropped a round in this half so far. The offense has just been completely stellar. Bloom coming in big. They just have a great logic behind their offense. They take over control and then they leverage it. It's a beautiful thing when it works out that way.
Yeah, and Leader One has kind of bit hard on a lot of the fakes, and they've gotten kills or picks early on or been picked early on, and they kind of rotated out. Illuminator is going to get the pick early on here. He gets traded by Fender, so it is going to make it a 4 versus 4. So Leader One not quite out of it yet, but look at this. The long control here given to WinOut. There's a man right around the corner in Fender. They're going to have to contend with him first. He does have the angle. Spots the first one out. Puts some spray down. Reloads a little bit prematurely. So that's going to give them the bomb site as they're going to plant behind the box. AGM does peek, takes him down. Dixon finds the head of AGM. J-Stone is there with the trade. It's going to make it a 2v2. There's a player already in the site in Goji. He's got the M4 sitting back by truck. Crosses there as well, coming up from the old stairs. He peeks, gets the one out long, goes for the spray down on the man in bathrooms. Unfortunately, he is well out of position to prevent this defuse. Goji peeks. I don't know what he was thinking there. He probably could have just stuck.
I think he thought his teammate had a kit.
Oh no, is he gonna have time?
Yeah,
yes, he is.
Oh my
Barely
goodness,
has
so
enough
close.
time. Very risky play there from Goji. That was basically like, all right, well, I gotta do this, and if it worked, great. If not, it's not his fault that they lost. Yeah, you'll see a lot of times when a game ends like that, they blame the player, like, oh, it's all his fault. No, it's the team's fault that they didn't get 16 rounds. You can never place the blame on a single player. If they had won every round prior to that, it wouldn't matter if that's what happened in that round. So, a very risky peak, canceling out the defuse. They somehow take the round. Still plenty of money on the win outside, so they're going to be able to buy up again. 5 AKs, no alpha on Bluminator, and Bluminator actually goes down yet again. Fender gets the early first blood kill. So this seems to be working out wonderfully, this aggression for Leader 1.
I don't know how AGM got that read on where Pros was, but spams him right through that smoke. Smoke's coming in at upper. There's 2 players down at B. Bomb's going down. And Fender actually in a pretty good spot here. He's on the flank, but oh man, J-Stone just waiting for it. Beautiful play by him. And now these Ellen players are grouped up. They're looking for J-Stone. He's just playing the exact same spot. Let's see if he can pick up another kill. And he does. Such a great job watching that flank. Grego spams Dixon. GG's given out. Well played to Area 51. Only conceding 1 round on offense.
You mean WinOut? You said